just a little bit of an introduction before this video starts, and I think now those of you that are returning viewers that haven't subscribed, probably now is a good time to just hit that subscribe button. It's free. Like, I've been in this situation before. Like, people watch my videos but don't hit subscribe. My most popular videos at the moment are they're getting 4,000 views every 48 hours. No, that's things like that. No. In the last 60 minutes, my most popular viewed video has been viewed 48 times in the last hour. It doesn't look like any of those hit subscribe. And it's the same across all of my channel. I've had nearly 2 million views across my channel. I've had no negative feedback from any comments that I've seen. Everybody's enjoyed the stuff. But I think this video, if you are a returning viewer, you need to hit subscribe, and you'll find out why when you watch the video. So I'm on my way to work, and yeah, enjoy the video. Right, guys and girls, back with another video. Right, so the end of my last video, obviously Q53pro, I said that the seller had got another Q53pro. So I'd got one working, one faulty. And I'd forgotten I'd bid on the third one anyway. I only put in a bid of £29. That was the opening offer. Nobody else bid on it. I won it. Now, I'd also said about returning the first one that turned up that was faulty, not as advertised. I have missed that date to return it. The third one turned up, and again, that didn't work either. So 1 out of 3 was working. Bit miffed that the third one didn't work, but it was sold as faulty. So because I've missed the date to send that back to get a refund, I did a bit of looking around just to see what things are worth. Now, obviously I've got two here. This is the one that I got working just by plugging it in. That works, that's fine. So that is going down in that box. In fact, no, it's not. It's going up on the dashboard. This one here is the third one that turned up. And again, it's faulty. And then I've got this one here, which was the first one that turned up. You might notice that that's got a screen protector on it, but if you go back on my video, it didn't have a screen protector on it. There's a reason for that. So what I thought I'd do is look around, see how much parts are worth, because I've got 3 sets of cables, 3 bezels, 3 screens, and what are they worth? Well, I've had issues in the past with bezels cracking in the corners, and somebody recently contacted me saying, do you know where I can get a bezel from? And I had got a spare one. It was a repaired one that I'd repaired myself. So I know that these bezels, just the black plastic around the outside, I can get about £10 for them. So I've got 2 of those. So that's 20 quid. Then the canvas box and cables, probably another 10 quid each, because they are specific to the Q53pro. So that's 40 quid. So that's my money back on the one that I couldn't return, plus a little bit more. Then I was looking at these screens. These screens are available on AliExpress, and they are between 40 and 50 pounds, but they've got 3 weeks postage on them, and postage is £5. So that's let's say 40 quid. So 40 quid for that one, 40 quid for that one. So we've got 40, so 120 quid just in spare parts. Now, what happened was I decided that, well, to find out whether I'd got decent screens, I plugged this screen into the head unit that I know was working. That screen worked. I plugged this screen into that one there that I knew was working. It worked. So I've got a screen there, 40-ish quid. Yeah, they get broken. I don't see it very often, but somebody one day might turn around to me on the Eonon Facebook group and say, where can I get a screen from for a Q53pro? Well, I've got one there. I've got one there. I've got a spare bezel. I've got a spare bezel. Now, while I was swapping all the screens around, I got confused with which screen came off of which unit. Where can I just pop you a sec? Can I put you down there? Are you going to be able to see? No. I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed. I want to plug that screen. That's the working one. So it was the second one that turned up. I'm just going to plug that in. So yeah, there you go. That screen is coming on. Like I say, that's the second one that turned up that was faulty and wasn't working as what I brought it for. Now, this unit that is there and working, the person who owned that unit has been in touch with me via, well, he saw the video and was like, that's my old head unit. How have you got it working? He then also messaged me on Facebook, and we'd had communications before with regards to, back in May, with regards to him having a fault with his Q53pro, and he couldn't sort it out. So he was as shocked as I was when I plugged that unit in and it was working. So happy days, we've got that one. Right, now on to this one, which is the first one that turned up. I can tell you it's the first one that turned up because I punctured one of the holes on the back so that I knew which was which unit. So just one moment. So the warranty sticker here, I'd taken this back off to see if I could find something wrong with the circuit board itself, and I couldn't see anything. So the eagle-eyed of you might notice that it's all plugged in. Why is it all plugged in, you might say? Well, let's plug it in and find out. Yes, that one is also working. It wasn't working in the first video I did, but through confusing that screen, and this screen, which this is the screen off the first one, because you can tell because it's still got the screen protector on it. And just turn this down. It's all working. So as it stands at the moment, I've got that one working, this one working. Now, the person who owned this and sent it back, yeah, it wasn't working. I plugged it in, wasn't working. Unplugged it, plugged it in, wasn't working. It wasn't until I changed the screen over. I should have got, I wish I'd got it on video when I just plugged it in and I was like, that's working. But if I go on to the person's details are still on this head unit. Where is it though? What I can tell you, if I go on to Waze, just let that load up a second. I haven't plugged in a GPS antenna. I'm just going to zoom out on this. The last place that was plugged in and received GPS was just north of Lincoln. Now, if I go to Play Store, just going to pop my hand there a second. I'll just turn you away, because the person that owned this, his name is there and his email address. So let's just turn that off. I have contacted him via email to get some more details on that unit, onto why he sent it back, and obviously it's because the screen wasn't working. He hasn't replied. I've checked on my Facebook group, I've checked on the Eonon Facebook group. He's not a member of either of those. So result for me, I've got 2 working Q53 Pros out of 3. This one down, like I say, I know that screen works. When I plug it in and power it up, I can hear the speakers in my car start. Obviously I've got the amp in there, so I can hear them buzzing. So that circuit board, something's kicking it into life, but it's not powering the screen, and I can't find on that circuit board where the issue is. But then why did this one start working when I changed the screen? I don't know. So I am going to keep fiddling with this one to get it going. But that now leaves me with 2 working Q53 Pros. I'm happy enough just with one. But what do I do with the other one? I don't need... I've got one in my partner's car, and then I've got 2 in here, and I've got the VW A12S in the boot of the car at the moment, not being used. Lots of people have... Well, lots of people. 10 probably. Is it for sale? When the first one was working, is it for sale? Is it for sale? I said, I'm not sure. Now, no, they're not for sale. They're not for sale. Reason they're not for sale is because that falls back on me. If I send these out to somebody, they've paid me money, they don't work, I'm responsible. And I'll feel guilty for taking money off of them for products that I purchased that weren't working anyway. So, I think it's competition time. I'm going to be giving away one of these 2 working Q53 Pros to a lucky subscriber. So if you've made it this far through the video, fair play for hanging on and watching to the watching to now. Not sure how I'm going to do it. Probably the same way as last time, random numbers. But it's not going to be set in this video. The next video I upload will be the competition, rules, what you've got to do. So if you've watched it to this far, fair play, because the ones that stopped watching near the beginning don't know that one of these Q53 Pros is going up for competition for free to one of my subscribers in the UK. This video will be put on the Scirocco groups I'm on, and it will be put on the Volkswagen Golf groups that I am on. So that's just a little update. I'm still going to keep going with this third one that's not working, because it is powering up. The lights are coming on, it's just the screen doesn't light up, but the screen works because I've tried it. So I'm going to leave this video here. Yes, I've still got the splitter video to do, but look at that back window. It's covered in rain. We have not had a dry day in Northern Ireland all summer. It's minging. So on that note, I'll leave this video here. Like, subscribe, share, and I will get the competition announced in the next video. See you later, guys.